Welcome to my desktop. I'm here to give you a really quick walkthrough of this really cool task management program called Trello. And it's basically like a digital sticky note system. But the cool thing about the sticky notes is that you can attach files, attach documents, attach photos, attach people, attach dates, yada, yada, yada. So let's go ahead and take a look. I have a widget here. I also have an extension up here. These are all the boards I've created, and I'll give you a better idea of what a board is here. All right, let's go. This is the home page. So what I have here is all of the boards that I've created. So the important thing I want to talk about right now is the team, Conservation Canines team. I created this team. So if you go to this, you can imagine this as being like a meeting room for all of us CK9ers. And in this room, we're surrounded by whiteboards that I've slapped labels on. And we all have sticky notes that we're going to put on these different project boards depending on what type of project or task these sticky notes represent. So these are just themed boards. This one's different. I'm going to start because basically this board is what I thought might be a way. So we have tasks created in these different categories, but then we want to put the tasks onto an agenda. And so that's where this board comes into place. It organizes all of the tasks from these different boards into a high priority, medium priority, long-term priority list. So here is the board. Okay, so this is a board. These are lists or columns that you use to organize your task cards. And here is a task card here. I can add another task card. And this task card is really simple. It has nothing on it. It just is, it's simply a message. Okay. Here's another example of two different task cards. This is a task card for the same thing essentially, but we've got a simple task card and a complex task card. This has nothing but a label, two labels actually, color-coded, because this is color-coded as a task that needs editing, and it's also color-coded as a task that has to do with Pack Forest or the kennel. This is the same task, but it's much more complex. So as you can see here, we have a due date associated with this task, checklist, in which 4 out of the 6 items have already been completed. We have 3 attachments, 6 comments, and we have this little lovely face down here. That's my little logo. So anything that this face shows up on means that I've been assigned to this task. Take a look at this card. Members have been assigned to this task. Labels have been assigned to this task. There's a due date that's been assigned to this. Here's a description. Attachments. This is how you put attachments on. You can draw attachments from your computer or whatever. This shows the attachments that have already been put on this task come up here. Google Drive attachment. You can attach documents or entire folders, and like I have task cards that I've created for each project that we're currently working on, and so those task cards are really big task cards, in which case I will have a link that takes me to the entire Goshawk program project folder, and that's a really cool, neat way to organize what we've already created in our Google Drive. We can tag our Google Drive folders, documents in these task cards. We're not eliminating the need for Google Drive. We're just allowing an easy way to access those folders or those files that we've saved somewhere in that drive. Looking down here, we have a task checklist, and you can create as many checklists as you'd like, and you can name it whatever. This is a bullshit task list that I've created, and as you can see, these tasks can be checked off as they're completed. This task I put, anytime you put @Yubigo, you're basically labeling me in that comment, in that checklist item, in that whatever, and I will be notified that I've been mentioned. That's what this is about. So you can make a comment and you can tag as many people as you want on that comment. This allows you, this is a comment section. So comments can be just a general discussion, but you can tag people, you can add attachments to this task through comments. You can actually add, so this is a kennel card. You can actually go and add, search for card, let's see. Kennel handbook, revised kennel document, update kennel cards. Let's say I want to tag. Now I've just said something like, oh guys, this might be a good time to actually revise those kennel ID cards as well. And so what just happened is that that comment just showed up in the comment list as a link that goes to this other update ID cards. There we go. Okay, that's just a quick example of some stuff that went on with that task card. Now let's look at this. This is a medium priority task, web page development. It has these things associated with it. I'm going to click on it because I want to show you that this is a task that actually originated in another board. And so that link, just like I created a link in that comment, we can link cards to one another. So this, I have a link that takes us to the original card that's found in a different board. So now we're on the project's, the media project board. And here I have things organized not by due date, but by content. So here we can have all the task cards that we create associated with our web page development, all the task cards associated with Roughware, and all the task cards that are created for the campaign. I'm going to show you these two different task cards. Here's a CK9 blog task card that I created. I created this task card after all of the emails were sent. So what I did is I used a cool technique that allows you to actually email things to a task card. So I went to my inbox and I got an address from this share thing here. I copied this address. This is an email address for this particular task card, and I forwarded all of the emails from Jennifer stories, from Caleb's stories, from Will's blog stories, and I sent those emails, I forwarded them to this task card address, and that brought with them the emails as comments and all of the attachments that came with those emails. Kind of cool. That's one way of incorporating bringing emails into task cards. Another cool thing is to make a task card out of an email. And that's what I did yesterday here with Jamie's email. So I checked the emails, I read this email, I realized this is something that we should create a task for. So I actually converted the email directly into a task itself. It's not a comment attached to an already existing task, it's a task in itself. And I, at that point, created an attachment for it. Let me show you how that happened. Actually, let me go back to this task. The bad thing about this method is that this it's an extension called Gmail to Trello extension that allows me to do this thing, but they have yet figured out a way to bring attachments with the emails. So if you want attachments to come with the emails, you have to use the other method that I just showed you. This is a little bit different. But the cool thing about this is it links me directly back to that email. So it takes me back to the moment that I was in my inbox reading this email 2 days ago. And at that point, I can get whatever was associated with that task. But let me show you real quick how I did that. To edit. Here's an email that came in. It's a to edit email, so I'm going to create a task out of this email. I'm going to, here's the email popped up. I'm going to make sure it's on the right board. I'm going to, keep it on the agenda board for high priority task. I want this to be able to bring me back to the email like I just did with the Jamie email, so I'm going to keep that checked, and I'm going to assign myself to this task. So I'm going to check that. Now I'm going to add it to Trello. Now a card has been created with this title. It's the title of the email. And I can click on this and I can go directly to the task card. Here we go. So here's that thing. At this point, I'm going to add the label that it needs editing, and I'm going to put a due date on it. I'm going to have it due at 3 p.m. Whoops. 3 p.m. today. Cute. Okay, done. And if you scroll down here, you can see. There it is. I've done it a couple times. Cool. All right. Real quick, other overview. This menu allows you to activate power-ups. Power-ups are different things. This is a card aging program, so the older a card gets, it's gonna like make it look cracked and tear the older it gets, so that we can visually see, okay, what tasks have been on here for a while. That's kind of cool. But this calendar, if you enable this calendar power-up, you you get access to this calendar view. And that's just a view of all the due dates that I've created on this Trello board. You can move them around, you can open them up, blah, 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 blah. And the cool thing is I've actually linked this email, this calendar to my Google Calendar. So I'm going to be getting, these tasks are going to show up on my Google Calendar if I want them to. And I'm going to be getting reminders with the tasks that are on this calendar. So that's kind of cool. There's lots of other things to explore. There's a lot of different extensions that actually can link. There's extensions that allow you to actually get like updates on, so any changes that have been made to this task card, it can actually export those changes to an Excel document, which is what I'm trying to work on for like things like vaccination updates. So that if you update a checklist on a card, that it actually converts those updates into some new rows on an Excel, on a Google Sheets document. Really, really cool possibilities. The possibilities, like I said, are endless. It's just a matter of what we want to do with it, and if we want to take the time to explore this option. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'm going to stop and sign off. Peace.